Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and after all of these years, I am finally going to pull for Natasha in Fae. I know I've talked about this before, but she was my second most wanted character in Fae, just behind Urk, and the day is finally here, and I am so excited, so I think we can just get to pulling and talk about the banner as we go. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so even though I never thought that this day would actually come, I have been saving a lot of skill books for her along the way. So when we do get her, I am fully ready to give her a complete... Oh my goodness. We got her for free. Oh my gosh. Let's check IVs. She's plus speed. Oh my goodness. That's actually the boon that I wanted for her the most. I know that her speed is kind of like middling, but my Sarah is actually not all that different, and she totally works. And I think that with the right skills and like full merges and flowers, she can be amazing. So I'm really happy with that. And I think that if we don't get any other copies today, we'll probably use her as the Spark, which I know is a terrible idea, but I have never claimed to make good decisions. Just so that I can maybe merge out that Bane, and I think that it would be a good use just because I've been waiting for her for so long. But let's keep going with colorless. And it's kind of tough to pass up those other colors because they're other characters that I've been waiting for a while. I was really excited to see Selena, not in like her beach alt. Oh! Oh my goodness. We got another Natasha. Let's check this one. And she's also plus speed. That is perfect. So now I can merge out that Bane, which is amazing. So before that happened, I was talking about the other characters. And I was so excited to see regular Selena because she was my favorite of the Grotto Generals. I felt like she was a really good person with not a lot of options in the story. And so she had to do what she had to do. And I do remember when I was playing Sacred Stones that I was so sad that I couldn't play her in the main campaign because she felt like a good character that should be on my side. So I'm really glad. Oh, 5-star. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's check IVs. And she's also plus speed. I feel like it's kind of a plus speed day. So we'll keep going with colorless. I think that's 3 so far, which is amazing. And what was I talking about before? I don't even remember. I talked about Selena, but I was also super excited to see Noel being added because he was one of my most wanted Sacred Stones characters. I felt like his backstory was also very sad, and he is actually going to be accessible with the way they added him. So even if his stats aren't the greatest, I can just like fully trick him out and give him all these skills that I've been saving for my favorites. So I was just so excited when I saw him on the Fae channel. And we get a Setsuna. All right. So we'll grab that next one. And in terms of the other characters on the banner, we have Dusel, and he's another character that I love. I may use him a little bit less if I get him, so he's a little bit lower on the priority list for me. And then we have Reagan, and I've actually not played the new chapters in the new book yet, so I really don't have much of an opinion yet. So I don't have an attachment, and so I really don't think that I'll be pulling too much red today. I think that her design is very interesting, and I was definitely not expecting like the whole steampunk aesthetic and for us to have like guns or whatever she has in Fae. It seems very different to me, but I feel like she's going to be very strong, and I'm really glad that we get one for free. So I think that I've covered all of the units that are going to be on the banner, and I guess we do have that GHB as well. I'm not super attached to Kalik. I was hoping for Glenn so that I could reunite him with Cormag. But for all those Kalik fans, he looks great. And so yeah, I'm really glad that we got a Sacred Stones banner. So there is one thing that I wanted to talk about before we get to all the viewer questions today, and it's a little bit of a channel update. In my last few videos, I've talked about doing a Hall of Forms video for my Claude, and I wanted to let you know that I have actually been working on it. It's just that I had to go through like 3 hours of footage, which is way too long for a video for me. So I tried to get it down to something that's somewhat manageable, and I'm still not sure if it's an interesting video, but I am working on it, and he is plus 10, so I wanted to give you guys an update on that. But that about covers everything, and I think that we can go ahead and move on to all the viewer questions for today. And as always, if I don't get to your question, I am so sorry. I will try to do it in the future. And, oh, we got another Natasha. All right. Let's check her IVs. And she's plus attack. Oh gosh, that's going to be really tough because I think that that's probably her other optimal boon. Oh goodness. I think I want to keep speed just so that she can do a little bit better with certain matchups, but attack is really good too, so I'll have to think about it. But I was talking about viewer questions, and I'm sorry if I don't get to yours. And if you think of something that you want to ask me while I'm answering all of these, just leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to answer. So our first question today comes from Sleepy Cheeto, and they ask, what did you think of book 4? So out of all the books we've had so far, book 4 was hands down my favorite, just because it gave me everything that I could ask for. It had fairies, it had rainbows, it had a villain that was sympathetic. So all of those things made me absolutely love the story, and I'm really sad to see it go. I'm not sure what to expect with book 5. I do miss the fairies already, but I'm hoping that maybe they make a return as they try to find some kind of cure for Freya. But yeah, I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, we got another one. Let's go ahead and check this one. And she's also plus speed. Oh my gosh. You know, I can't even ask for anything else today. Like if I pull all 3-star Azamas for the rest of this, I will still be so happy. And we get a 3-star Jacob. All right. So we are halfway through our 40 pulls now. And, you know, it's going to be really tough when I get to the end because I do have a good amount of Natashas now. So it might be better to take maybe like Selena or Dusel. So I'm really going to have to think about it hard. And that's a Rebecca. All right. So moving on to our next question. It comes from Jake Chrisell. And they ask, what do you think of each of the books in Fae being based on the 9 realms of Norse mythology? I'm actually a huge fan of mythology, and I feel like they've done a really good job with interpreting each of the worlds that they made in Fae. I was very surprised by what they did with what was supposed to be the dwarf world. They managed to put a waifu in the dwarf world, and I respect it. But yeah, I really like the way they've interpreted all the different worlds. I'm very interested to see what they'll do with like the giant world, but I'm sure that they will put a free waifu in there somehow. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. But thank you for that great question. And the next question on my list today comes from Crocodile. And they ask, who is your favorite hero's OC? Oh goodness, there are so many that I love, but I think that I have 2 favorites, and I would say that they are Leggjarn and Peony. And Leggjarn just because I feel like she was such a good big sister. She had a lot of depth, and her sacrifice was so sad. And then for Peony, she also had a sad sacrifice, but I also really enjoyed her design, and I liked her personality, and I also love her utility in AR. So because of those reasons, she is my other favorite. But thank you for that great question. And the next question on our list today comes from Silas. And they ask, oh my goodness. We got Bernadetta. Oh my gosh. Let's check IVs. And she is a neutral Bernie. I will take that. And I think that we will keep going. That's a really good pity breaker if somebody has to lower my pity. But you know, it wasn't even that high, so I really can't complain. So getting back to the next question that we had, this was from Silas. And they ask, what type of video would you like to make the most but are afraid to? You know, I think that what scares me the most is making anything that is not a summoning video. Because that's what I do most of the time. It's kind of my comfort zone. and I'm always very unsure when I make something that is not summoning. I really enjoy doing things that are a little bit different with Fae, like when I did my Barracks tour, and when I did Cloud Shattering Star, that was super fun. So I would like to do more showcases in the future, and in terms of things that aren't Fae, I would like to do Genshin Impact, but I do have some limitations with that because I cannot summon like I do in this game. We get so little currency, it makes it very difficult. And I do play on mobile, so I have limitations with that too. But it's a game that I really enjoy, and I can't completely rule out doing something in the future with it. And if anybody was wondering how I did on the most recent banner in that game, I did not get Zhongli, but I did get Chi-Chi, who is an adorable little zombie, and I was very happy. So thank you for that great question, Silas. I'm sorry the answer was very long-winded. But the next question that we have today comes from Javier Polana, and they ask, have you used a trait fruit, and if so, who did you use it on and why? So I actually just used my first one, and I used it on my former Claude, because he was my final merge for my Claude, and I wanted, oh my goodness, we got another one. Okay, let's check this one. And she is plus HP, all right. So let's get the next colorless. And going back to Javier's question, I just used my first trait fruit on Claude, and I wanted to give him his attack boon back. So that's what I have used it on. It was totally worth it. I'm very happy with him. And I still have like 2 more uses, but I'm very stingy with them. I'm very afraid to spend them. And I have thought about some other options of characters that I could use it on in the future. But yeah, he is the only one I've used it on so far. But thank you for that very lucky question. And the next question on our list today comes from JP Rod. And they ask, have you ever done any voice acting in any video game or other media? Oh my goodness. And if not, would you like to do it in a Fire Emblem game, and for which character? Oh gosh. I have never done any voice acting for anything. I actually have a really hard time listening to my own voice back. I think that a lot of people have that issue. But I would like to do it at some point if the opportunity arose. I do have a full-time job, and this is really all just for fun, but if something became available with Fire Emblem, I would love to do it. If they needed any voices for... Oh my gosh, 5-star. Okay. I cannot believe this. And she's another plus speed. I will take that. So let's grab these last 2. And to finish answering JP Rod's question, I don't know what character I would voice if they needed one for a Fire Emblem game, but I would be happy to do it if the opportunity arose. But thank you for that very lucky question. 3-star. And we get a Matthew. All right. So I'm going to have to take a minute and check to see how many Natashas we have, because I honestly have lost track at this point, and then we can go back. And it looks like we have 7. All right. So the next question on my list today came from King Raptor 104. And they ask, what are your thoughts on a seasonal banner that uses our world, like Camilla in a business suit and Xander as a CEO? You know, I'm not sure how I would feel about it. I really like the separation from fantasy and reality that we get in Fire Emblem. I don't like a lot of modernized things in Fire Emblem, which is why I have some mixed feelings about the steampunk that they've added. But it would be interesting to see Xander in a business suit, and Camilla as well. And I'll never say no to any form of Xander. So I'm not entirely sure how I would feel about a banner like that in the future. But thank you for that very creative question. All right, let's see if we can get Selena. 3-star. We get a Tsubaki. All right, let's grab this other blue, and then I think we'll go ahead and spark. Okay, smoke. Please be Selena. Oh, I am just as happy with that. All right, we get a Seta. So I think we back out, and we can go ahead and use our spark. And honestly, I have no idea what I should do. I would love another merge for Natasha, but I feel like it might be more useful to take one of the 5-star exclusives that we have. I really want Selena. Oh gosh, but Natasha. But also Dusel. Oh gosh, this is so tough. I think the most logical thing to do would be to take Selena, but actually, if we're thinking about the most logical overall, I should take the Mythic. That's going to be very difficult to get. But, oh goodness, I think I take Selena? Well, yeah, let's do that. Oh gosh, I wish every banner could be like this. Yay! Oh, this was totally worth it. All right, so we are going to end things here. I was not expecting things to go this well today, but I am more than happy with this, and I hope that you guys were just as lucky with all of your pulls. I want to wish you all the best of luck on this banner if you haven't pulled yet, and if you are saving for the banner that we have coming up, I wish you the best of luck with that as well. So, as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.